Beep beep, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day today. Thanks for tuning in. So this is the third in a series of videos taken of antique malls in the Hanover, Pennsylvania area. And this is Zelma's Emporium, which is in New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Not sure how far away this is from Hanover, but it wasn't that far. And there is one case in here that will be of interest to baseball card collectors, especially if you're interested in vintage. And here we go. So we got a 1961 Hank Aaron there for $100, a 1960 Whitey Ford graded 6 for $40. There's a 73 Bob Gibson. And as you can see, there's a bunch of cards in these boxes. And cards are ranged from, I think, as far back as 1953 is what I saw here, up into the early to mid-70s. You can see a 77 Nolan Ryan down there, a 71 Tom Seaver. And this case is located right next to the cash register. So if you ask the gentleman or the woman that is present here, they will happily open this up for you so you can get a good look at what's inside here. And I definitely bought quite a few things at this one, and we'll go over those at the end of the video. As you can see, there's a row of 1958 tops in that box. There's a 71 Frank Robinson, 59 Robin Roberts, 71 Richie Allen. A couple more cards from the 71 set. There's a 1970 Hank Aaron All-Star card for $28. There's a Jim Hunter signed ball for $120. Duke Snider from 58 tops. 1960 Willie Mays. '60 Al Kaline. A couple cards from the 1968 set. 63 Ernie Banks. And I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing. And right after this, I'll go over what I bought here. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed that very short tour of Zelma's Emporium in New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Like I said, there was only one case in the entire store that had baseball cards. And everything in the case was vintage, so this was a really fun visit. I definitely enjoyed my time there. I must have spent about, I'm thinking almost an hour and a half just combing through the cards and the boxes there, and I definitely left with a nice stack here. Some surprises too. As you know, I do like miscut cards. It is something that I'm sort of have a side collection of. And I got some vintage miscuts in here too. I thought was pretty cool. And we're going to start right off with them with these cards from 1956. As you can see, there's a card pictured above that was the miscut slid down that way. And here's Wilmer Mizell. I'm hoping I pronounced that gentleman's name right. And I got that one for $4. And the back is also miscut. So I thought that was pretty cool to find these. I don't find vintage cards from this far back that are miscuts that often. And usually when I do, they're priced kind of high. So here's Bob Porterfield. Basically the same style of miscut as this one. So it's possible maybe these came off the same sheet. That one's numbered 193 and 248. So I don't know if that's exactly correct, but it definitely seems like a possibility since the cuts are very similar to each of them. Paul Minner is our last one from 1956 with this miscut. Also has the year written on the back, and that's something I noticed. This one also has it. There were a few cards in this collection where the year was written on the back by whoever the former owner of them was. And I know writing definitely devalues a card. But I think the grading guides say it just depends on the severity of it, and I think somebody just writing the year here, which you almost miss sometimes, probably isn't that big of a deal. Certainly, it lowers the card grade somewhat, but not if you drew a beard and a mustache on Paul Minner here, which would be rather egregious and across the front of the card. So I'm willing to accept those if the prices are pretty decent. I don't consider them that much of a serious issue, at least for me. For you as a collector, that may be a different story, and that's perfectly fine. We're all different collectors. We all have different uh, uh, conditions that we care about. This one even has a crease on here, but I thought that it was a miscut that I would overlook. I often overlook a lot of different things with miscuts just because they're a miscut makes them rather interesting. And the one thing I noticed that caught my eye on here is you see there's a line here from a card on this side and a line up here. So this is a rare 3-card miscut, which I don't come across very often. I don't know if there's anything on this corner up here. That just looks like a corner ding. But I do have a couple cards in my miscut collection that feature 4 cards because the cut was like right here. And it has 4 pieces of 4 cards on it. And this one has pieces of 3 on the front. Oh, it does have stuff over here on the side. So it's also pieces of 3 cards on... actually, this has got 4 on the back. This is our main card. There's the part that is from the card next to it. And you see some text along here for the card that's on this side of it. And up in this corner, I don't know if you can picture that. Maybe I should take this one out to keep the glare off the... you see there's a little speck of the green border that's around the stats that shows up right up here. So this has actually got pieces of 4 cards on the back, and it just has 3 on the front because I don't see anything in this corner. I'm trying to press down the corner ding a little bit more. It doesn't look like anything was there. So that's cool. I actually didn't notice that when I was in the store, so I'm really happy because those are kind of rare to come across. I don't see them very often like that. All right, now back to the regular cards. We got a 1958 Lindy McDaniel, and I thought the condition of this one was pretty nice. It's centered really well. All the cards I bought have a little bit of card wear on the corner, or a little bit of corner wear. But I think overall, excellent mint to near mint some of these are. This one I think might be a near mint card. So I was really happy about that. Got that one for $5. Pete Reynolds, this one was for $5. Again, nicely centered, a little bit off, but not too bad. And there's the back of that one. Here's Roy Sievers, got that one for $5. Again, a pretty nice looking card. Wally Moon, who features the mother of all unibrows. And there's quite a nice story about him somewhere. I remember reading about his unibrow. He definitely did not ever intend on shaving that off, and even after he retired from baseball, he kept his unibrow his whole life. It was like his calling card, you could say. So I finally got a Wally Moon card, and I also have another one in this stack. Not the notorious 1960 card, which I think is his most famous one. At least I think it's 1960. I could be wrong about that. Really great player, though. Check out his stats on Baseball Reference if you're not familiar with him. But definitely one of the greatest unibrows in the history of sports. Maybe of history of everything. Got that one for $5. Really nice card. 1958 Bob Serve. This one was $2, and I think this one was marked down because it has the year written on the back, 1958. Again, I don't think that's a big deal, at least for me, but I understand some collectors think any kind of writing at all on a card is a big no-no, and I can understand that, and I especially can understand that if it's more modern cards. You might run across this more often in older cards as people mark them up. I have seen specimens on other YouTube videos and also on eBay where people have scratched off the team and written the new team the player's on, and done some other egregious things like drawing beards and mustaches on them and assorted other things. Here's Ned Garver. This is also from 1958, and again, this is another one that has the year written on the back, 1958. So I think that was still a pretty good deal for that. This is the Bobby Allison rookie card. This is from the 1959 top set. I got that one for $3, and that one does not appear to have the year written on the back. Don Mueller, got that one for $3 from the 1959 set. Another Lindy McDaniel, pretty good relief pitcher back in the day. Oh, sorry about that, a little piece of fuzz or something was on the top loader. Smokey Burgess, this one was $3. Let me see. I think this is one of the ones that has... No, that doesn't have the year written on the back, I don't think. A pretty decent looking card. Billy Goodman. This one was $3. Nice looking back. And my second Wally Moon card, and you can see his unibrow in full growth there. Really impressive. And I'm very happy to finally have Wally Moon cards. This was in the 7th series. It's a high number card, and instead of printing the number and the stats in green like the earlier series, they printed those in black for some reason. So that's one unique characteristic of the 1959 set. 1960 Red Schoendienst. Got that one for $10. I think about the only thing wrong with it is some small corner dings, but still a pretty nice looking card. And there's the back of it. I don't know what that says. Oh, I guess at one time it must have been listed on eBay. Not anymore. 1961 Richie Ashburn. I've always wanted to get more Richie Ashburn cards. I was definitely a fan of him. I did not see him play because he retired long before I was born, but I loved his wit and humor as Harry Callis's sidekick watching Phillies baseball in the 1980s on television, and occasionally listened to it on the radio. The only unfortunate thing with this one is they did write 1961 down here on the bottom. I didn't think that was too big of a deal. Like I said again, some people might have issues with that, but for some reason it doesn't bother me so much. Got that one for $5. Norm Cash from the 1961 set. Again, a nice looking card. Got that for $5. And also 1961 is written here. So all my 1961 cards have that writing on the back. There's Dick Williams, Hall of Fame manager, later on in his career. Got that one for just $1. And there's the 1961 written there. Frank Thomas. This was not the Frank Thomas we all know that had his career in the 1990s into the early 2000s. This was another Frank Thomas that played back in the 60s that had a pretty decent career. Actually, he played going all the way back to 1951. As you can see, he was a bit of a power hitter back in the day. He occasionally made the 30 home run mark, twice over 100 RBIs. Has long since been forgotten, I think. And 1961 is written up here on the card. And Ralph Terry, got this one for $1. And this also has 1961 written on it. This is a miscut, 1967 Jim Cott. Uh, Pictures the edge of a card on this side. So for $1, I thought, yeah, sure, I'll definitely get that. The back just shows a little bit of edge of the card next to it. So when I see these out in the wild for just a price like that, I definitely pick them up. And I'm slowly accumulating more and more vintage miscuts into my collection. This is a 1967 Fergie Jenkins. I think this is his first Cubs card, and for $5, I thought this was pretty decent deal. I mean, it is beat up. I think a really good shaped Fergie Jenkins card from this year might go for, I don't know, maybe $40 or $50. But this one has well-rounded corners, and I thought for $5, definitely should pick this up. I think maybe retail on this might be 10. I'm guessing, not really sure, but somewhere down the road, if I see a better one, I'll probably replace it with that. But I still thought this was pretty cool for $5, and I thought I better just grab that. And the last card is 1968 Topps Louis Tiant. Got that for $5. This card is in pretty decent shape. Just some minor corner wear. Like I said, all of these have some minor corner wear. Probably excellent mint condition. Several of them look like they approach near mint. So I was real happy with this trip to Zelma's Emporium. So if you're ever in the area of New Oxford, Pennsylvania, and it's not far from Hanover, PA, please give them a visit and check out the cards in that case that is right up in the front of the store, right next to the cash register. And the owners of this place are very nice and friendly. I enjoyed talking to them. It was really, really cool to have nice people to talk to. Sometimes when you go into antique malls, sometimes you can't even find anyone to help you with anything. So it was really, really nice. So thanks so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Hope you all have a great day. Beep, beep.